All right, so are you ready to like take your eBay side hustle to the next level?
Yeah.
Turn it into a serious business? So you've given us a ton of material on scaling an eBay operation.
Yeah.
And we're going to break down how to work smarter, not harder.
Absolutely.
We're talking automation,
Yes,
eBay tools you probably haven't even heard of,
for sure.
and listings that practically sell themselves.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm already excited.
And you should be.
Yeah.
What's interesting about scaling on eBay is it's not just about listing more stuff.
Yeah.
It's about creating a system
Yeah.
that can grow with you.
Okay.
Think about it. You've been handling everything manually up to this point, right?
Yeah.
Creating each listing,
Yeah.
managing your inventory, packing orders, dealing with buyers.
Yeah.
It gets overwhelming fast.
Oh, tell me about it.
Yeah.
I hit a wall pretty quickly when I first started selling online.
Yeah.
Like, there are only so many hours in the day.
Right.
So where do these magical tools come in?
So the right tools can not only save you time,
Okay.
but they also help you think bigger.
Okay.
So instead of getting bogged down in the day-to-day, you can focus on finding those hot products,
Yeah.
really dialing in your marketing, and planning for the future of your business.
Okay. I'm sold.
Good.
But there are tons of tools out there.
Right.
Where do we even start?
Let's start with a category you're already familiar with.
Okay.
Listing and inventory management.
Okay.
So as you scale, keeping track of hundreds of products can be a nightmare.
Uh-huh.
Imagine accidentally selling something you don't actually have in stock.
Oh, right.
Not a good look.
Not a good look.
Tools like InkFrog and Optiva can automate your listings and keep your inventory synced up.
Yeah, that sounds like a lifesaver.
It is.
I've heard of those, but what about some of the less common tools?
Yeah.
You mentioned there were some that I might not even know about.
Yeah, there are some pretty cool ones out there.
Yeah.
For example, Crazy Lister can help you build those really eye-catching, mobile-friendly listings that really grab a buyer's attention. You know those listings that make you want to click buy it now immediately?
Oh, I definitely know the ones.
Yes.
But creating a killer listing is only half the battle, right?
Right.
You still have to get that item shipped out the door.
Exactly. And that's where shipping and order fulfillment tools come in.
Okay.
Imagine having a system that automatically processes your orders,
Okay.
prints shipping labels, and even tracks your packages.
Yeah.
That's ShipStation.
Okay. That's pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
But what about the cost of shipping? Is that a huge expense when you're shipping out tons of orders?
It can be, but there are tools designed to help you save money on shipping, too.
Okay.
Pirate Ship, for example, can help you find the cheapest USPS rates.
Right.
Every little bit helps, right?
Absolutely. But hold on.
Yeah.
Before we get too caught up in the logistics of shipping, I want to go back to something you mentioned earlier, market research.
Yes.
I have to admit, I've been kind of winging it when it comes to choosing what to sell.
I understand. But trust me, market research is a game changer.
Okay.
Think of it this way.
Okay.
What if you could see exactly what's selling well on eBay right now?
Yeah.
Not just in general,
Mm-hmm.
but in your specific niche.
Wait, is that actually possible?
It is.
Yeah.
I'm all ears.
Okay. eBay has its own research tool called Terapeak.
Okay.
It's a goldmine of data.
Okay.
Imagine being able to see which of your competitors' products are selling like hotcakes.
Okay. Yeah.
You could use that information to source similar products or even find gaps in the market
Right.
where there's high demand but low competition.
Okay. I'm seeing the light now.
Good.
But let's say I find the perfect product.
Okay.
How do I know what price to sell it at?
Yeah.
I don't want to price myself out of the market,
Right.
but I also don't want to leave money on the table.
Right. Pricing is definitely key.
And thankfully, there are tools that can help you with that, too.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever heard of Price Specter?
Can't say that I have.
Okay.
What's the deal with Price Specter?
So it's a tool that automatically adjusts your prices based on competitor data.
Okay.
You can set rules like always be 5% lower than the lowest price competitor
Okay.
or match the average price for this product.
Got it.
Uh-huh.
That sounds pretty amazing.
It is.
No more manually checking prices every day.
Right.
Yeah.
And it can help you stay competitive without constantly having to think about it.
Right.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Ugh.
Even with the best tools in the world,
Yeah.
you still need a solid budget to make sure your business is sustainable.
Ugh. Budgeting.
I know.
Not my favorite topic,
Right.
but I know it's important.
Yeah.
Where do we even begin?
Well, first you need to know what your costs are.
Okay.
We're talking about the cost of your inventory, obviously.
Right.
But you also need to factor in things like eBay fees,
Mm-hmm.
shipping expenses,
Yeah.
And any marketing you're doing.
Right.
Right.
I could see how that could get complicated quickly.
Yeah,
Is there a way to simplify it?
absolutely.
Okay.
Think of it like this.
Okay.
Your budget is a constantly evolving equation.
Okay.
You have money coming in from sales
Mm-hmm.
and money going out for expenses.
Right.
The goal is to make sure you're
Right.
always bringing in more than you're spending.
That makes sense.
Right.
But how do we figure out what to charge for our products in the first place?
Yeah.
There are so many different pricing strategies out there. It's hard to know where to start.
You're right. There are a lot of options.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want to clear out inventory.
Right.
So you might use break-even pricing,
Okay.
where you're just recouping your costs.
Oh,
Other times you'll want to match your competitors' prices to stay competitive.
yeah. I've done both of those.
Okay.
But I'm ready to level up.
Okay.
What about that premium pricing you mentioned earlier?
Yeah.
I want to be able to charge more
Mm-hmm.
for my unique or high-quality items.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
And you absolutely can.
Yeah.
Remember, buyers are willing to pay more for value,
Mm-hmm.
exclusivity,
Yeah.
and things that stand out from the crowd.
So how do we do that?
That's where marketing comes in.
Oh, marketing.
And you might be thinking,
Yeah.
wait a minute, isn't eBay already a marketplace where
Mm.
people are actively searching for stuff?
Yeah. Honestly, that's what I've always thought.
It's a common misconception.
Yeah.
But think about it.
Okay.
There are millions of sellers on eBay.
Right.
How do you make sure your listings stand out?
Yeah.
That's where marketing comes in.
Mhm.
Even something as simple as using eBay's promoted listings
Yeah.
feature
Mhm.
can make a huge difference.
Right. I've dabbled with promoted listings before.
Yeah,
They seem pretty straightforward.
they are,
Mm.
but there are some nuances to using them effectively. It's not just about throwing money at them.
Right.
You need to understand how bid strategies work
Okay.
and when it makes sense to use promoted listings and when it doesn't. It's
Mm.
like anything else.
Uh-huh.
The more you understand the tools, the more effectively you can use them.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah.
So we've got eBay's own promotional tools,
Mm-hmm.
but what about marketing outside of eBay itself?
You can definitely take things a step further. You can use email marketing
Mm-hmm.
to reach out to past customers with special offers.
Okay.
Social media ads can be super effective for driving traffic to your listings.
Right.
And don't underestimate the power of cross-promotion
Yeah.
if you sell on other platforms.
Okay.
Or even have your own website. Let people know about your eBay store.
So many possibilities.
I know.
But before we dive too deep into the marketing rabbit hole,
Yeah.
I want to talk about the listings themselves.
Okay.
I feel like I've hit a plateau when it comes to creating listings that convert.
Okay.
What are some of the secrets
Sure.
to creating those listings that make buyers drool?
It's all about showcasing your product in the best possible light and making it irresistible.
Okay.
And it starts with your title.
Oh, okay.
Think about it. Your title is what shows up in search results.
Mm-hmm.
You want it to be keyword rich
Right.
and attention grabbing.
Okay.
You want people to stop scrolling and say,
Yeah.
hey, I need to click on that.
Right. It's like those headlines you see in magazines at the checkout counter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then once they're on your listing,
Mm-hmm.
you need to keep their attention
Yeah.
with a compelling description.
Okay.
Don't just list the basic features.
Right.
Tell a story.
Okay.
Highlight the benefits of your product
Uh-huh.
and why it's special.
I can see how that would make a difference.
Yeah.
It's like the difference between reading a boring textbook and a page-turning novel.
Right.
Yeah.
And don't forget about the power of visuals.
Right.
High-quality photos are essential for building trust and making your product look its best.
Okay. But everyone says to use great photos.
Right.
What are some specific tips
Yeah.
for making my photos stand out?
Well, for starters, think about the background you're using.
Okay.
You want something clean and uncluttered
Yeah.
that doesn't distract from the product.
Right.
And make sure your photos are well lit.
Mm-hmm.
Natural light is best, but if you have to use artificial light, make sure it's not too harsh.
Okay, those are good practical tips.
Yeah.
But let's talk about some of those insider secrets
Sure.
to crafting listings that convert.
Yeah.
Give me the good stuff.
One of the best things you can do is offer free shipping.
Oh, free shipping.
Yeah. It's a huge incentive for buyers.
Okay.
Think about it. How many times have you added something to your cart then abandoned it?
Oh, all the time.
Because the shipping cost was too high.
Free shipping is a game changer.
Right. And it can actually improve your search ranking on eBay.
No way. I had no idea.
It's true.
Wow.
eBay loves to see listings that offer free shipping. Another tip is to use buy it now pricing
Mm-hmm.
for items that sell consistently.
You know, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I feel like people are less likely to bid on an item
Yeah.
if they can just buy it outright.
Right.
Yeah.
And don't underestimate the importance of a detailed return policy.
Okay.
It builds trust with buyers
Right.
and can increase your conversion rates.
Okay, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I've always been a little hesitant to offer generous return policies
I understand.
because I'm worried about getting scammed.
I get it.
Yeah.
But you can minimize that risk
Okay.
by having a clear and concise return policy
Right.
that outlines your terms and conditions.
Okay.
For example, you can specify that buyers are responsible for return shipping costs,
Right.
or that items must be returned in the same condition they were received in.
All right. That makes me feel better.
Good.
So we've talked a lot about attracting buyers
Right.
and making sales.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens after the sale? I feel like customer service is often an afterthought,
Mm-hmm.
but it's so important.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Excellent customer service can be the difference
Yeah.
between a one-time buyer
Mm-hmm.
and a loyal customer who comes back again and again.
So how do we provide that exceptional customer service that keeps people coming back for more?
First and foremost, it's about being responsive.
Okay.
Aim to answer inquiries within 24 hours,
Okay.
even if it's just to acknowledge that you've received their message and will get back to them soon.
Right. No one likes to feel ignored.
Right.
I know I get annoyed
Yeah.
when I send a message to a seller and don't hear back for days.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when you do respond, make sure your communication is clear,
Okay.
professional,
Mhm.
and solution-oriented.
Okay.
You want to make the buyer feel like you're on their side
Yeah.
and want to help them resolve any issues they might have.
But let's be real. Sometimes things go wrong.
Sure.
Packages get lost.
Yeah.
Items
Yeah.
get damaged. Buyers change their minds.
Right.
How do we handle those sticky situations in a way that leaves everyone feeling good?
Having a clear and fair return policy is key.
Okay.
It gives buyers peace of mind,
Right.
knowing that they have options
Yeah.
if they're not happy with their purchase.
So we should offer returns on everything.
It depends on your business and the types of products you sell.
Okay.
Some sellers offer a 14-day return window. Others offer 30 days.
Okay.
And some don't offer returns at all.
Right.
It's up to you to decide what makes sense for your business.
Okay.
But no matter what your return policy is,
Right.
make sure it's clearly stated on your listings and
Right.
easy for buyers to find.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And once a buyer requests a return, what's the best way to handle it?
Process it promptly
Okay.
and issue refunds without delay.
Okay.
The faster you can resolve the issue, the better.
Right.
And don't forget to follow up with the buyer to make sure they're satisfied with the outcome.
It's all about building that trust
Right.
and showing that you care.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You want to turn that potentially negative experience into a positive one.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, a happy customer is more likely to leave a positive review,
Right.
recommend your store to others,
Yeah.
and come back for more in the future.
So we've talked about attracting buyers,
Mm-hmm.
crafting compelling listings,
Mm-hmm.
providing stellar customer service.
Right.
I'm sensing a theme here.
Yes.
It's all about creating a positive experience
I do.
from start to finish.
Exactly.
But what about the moment we've all been waiting for?
Yeah.
Getting paid.
Ah, yes, the sweet sound of cha-chings. And thankfully, eBay has made this process super smooth
Okay.
with their managed payment system.
Okay, I've heard of managed payments,
Yeah.
but I'm still a little fuzzy on the details.
Okay.
Can you break it down for me?
It's pretty straightforward.
Okay.
Basically, eBay handles all the payment processing for you. Okay.
Buyers can pay using a variety of methods, including credit cards, debit cards,
Yeah.
and even Apple Pay and Google Pay.
So I don't need to have a separate PayPal account anymore?
Nope, everything goes through eBay.
Wow.
And the best part is your funds are automatically deposited into your bank account
Yeah.
within a couple of business days.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
No more waiting around for payments to clear.
exactly.
Well,
It's
now-
fast, it's secure,
Okay.
and it makes life a lot easier for both buyers and sellers.
But let's be real, there are always going to be people out there trying to game the system.
Right.
What are some things we can do to protect ourselves from scams and fraudulent activity?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And it's something every eBay seller needs to be aware of.
Right.
First and foremost, never ever conduct transactions outside of eBay.
Okay.
I know it can be tempting
Yeah.
if a buyer offers to pay you directly to avoid fees,
Right.
but it's just not worth the risk.
Right. If something goes wrong,
Yeah.
you have zero protection from eBay. Exactly. And
Yeah.
you also need to be aware of chargeback fraud.
Okay, what is that?
This is where a buyer files a dispute with their credit card company
Okay.
claiming they never received the item or that it wasn't as described.
So how do we protect ourselves from that? It seems like a he said, she said situation
Yeah.
where the buyer always wins.
It can be tricky,
Yeah.
but one of the best ways to protect yourself is to always ship to the buyer's verified address.
Okay.
This is the address that's registered with their eBay account
Got it.
and has been confirmed by eBay.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So we're shipping to the right address.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting paid securely through managed payments.
Right.
What's next?
Well, now we need to get that item from your doorstep to the buyer's eager hands,
Okay.
and that's where shipping logistics come into play.
Okay. All right, let's dive into the wonderful world of shipping.
All right.
Yeah, it seems like there are a million different options out there.
You're right. There are tons of options to choose from. Yeah.
And it can feel overwhelming.
Yeah.
But let's start with the basics.
Okay.
You've got your trusty USPS,
Mm-hmm.
which is generally the go-to for small, lightweight packages.
Good old USPS.
Yeah.
Always there for us.
Yeah.
But what about when I need to ship something bigger or heavier?
That's when UPS and FedEx come into play. They're better equipped to handle those larger shipments,
Okay.
and they often offer faster delivery times.
Okay, so USPS for small stuff,
Mm-hmm.
UPS and FedEx for the big guns.
Exactly.
Got it.
And if you're thinking about expanding your business internationally,
Okay.
there's the eBay Global Shipping Program.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that. But I'll be honest, international shipping kind of scares me.
I get it.
Yeah.
It can seem daunting,
Yeah.
but the Global Shipping Program makes it a lot easier.
Okay.
You basically ship your item to a domestic hub,
Uh-huh.
and eBay takes care of the rest.
Wow.
They handle all the customs forms, international postage, and even customer service.
That sounds amazing.
It takes all the headache out of international shipping.
It really does.
But let's be real, no matter where you're shipping,
Yeah.
costs can add up quickly.
They can.
Any tips for saving money on shipping?
Absolutely. First off, take advantage of eBay's discounted shipping labels.
Okay.
They've negotiated lower rates with the major carriers,
Yeah.
so you can pass those savings on to your buyers.
Oh, I love saving money. What else?
Consider offering flat rate shipping.
Okay.
It simplifies things for both you and the buyer.
Right. No one likes to be surprised by hidden shipping costs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And finally, don't underestimate the power of buying packaging materials in bulk.
It's like Costco for eBay sellers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can often find great deals on boxes, bubble wrap, packing tape, and all that good stuff.
Okay, so we've got our shipping methods figured out. We're
Mhm.
stocked up on packing supplies.
Right.
Anything else we need to know?
There are two things you should never, ever skimp on:
Okay.
tracking and insurance.
All right, let's break those down.
Okay.
Why are tracking and insurance so important?
So tracking gives both you and the buyer peace of mind.
Okay.
You can see exactly where the package is at all times,
Mm-hmm.
and the buyer can track its progress as well.
Right.
It also helps to prevent, "Where's my package?" inquiries.
Right. I hate getting those messages.
And insurance is essential for those high-value items.
Okay.
It protects you in case the package gets lost or damaged in transit.
It's like that old saying, better safe than sorry.
Exactly. And with that,
Okay.
I think we've covered the essential elements of shipping logistics for eBay sellers.
Wow, that was a lot of information.
Yeah.
We covered so much ground already,
Right.
from choosing the right tools
Uh-huh.
to crafting killer listings to navigating the world of shipping.
Mm-hmm.
I'm exhausted, but in a good way.
Yeah.
I feel like I've just leveled up my eBay knowledge.
That's what we like to hear.
Yeah.
But we're not done yet.
Wait, there's more?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
We've only just scratched the surface.
Okay.
We've talked about the front end of your eBay business.
Uh-huh.
But now it's time to dive into the often overlooked but equally important back office.
Ooh, the back office.
Yeah.
It sounds mysterious and exciting.
We'll be getting into the nitty-gritty of taxes, record keeping,
Okay.
and even expanding beyond eBay itself.
Wow.
So stay tuned for more eBay wisdom in part 2 of our deep dive.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Right.
It's time to roll up our sleeves and dive into the back office of your eBay business.
Okay, the back office.
All those behind-the-scenes tasks
Yeah.
that are essential for success,
Right.
but don't always get the attention they deserve.
You know, I have to admit, this part always felt a little intimidating to me.
I understand.
It's like, I love the thrill of the hunt,
Uh-huh.
finding great products,
Yeah.
creating awesome listings,
Yeah.
making those sales.
Yeah.
But then it's like, ugh, now I have to deal with taxes and paperwork.
I know.
It's definitely not the most glamorous part
Right.
of running an eBay business.
But think of it this way. A well-organized back office is the foundation
Okay.
of a successful and sustainable business.
Oh, okay.
It might not be as exciting as like finding a hidden treasure at a thrift store or watching those bids roll in,
Yeah.
but it's what allows you to scale your business with confidence
Mhm.
and avoid those costly mistakes that can derail your progress.
Okay, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I guess it's like building a house. You
Right.
need a strong foundation before you can start adding those fancy finishes.
Exactly. And one of the key components of that foundation is, of course, taxes.
Ugh, taxes.
Yeah.
Not the most exciting topic.
Right. But it's something every eBay seller needs to understand. When you're just starting out and selling a few items here and there, it's not a big deal.
Right.
But as your business grows, it's important to keep track of your income and expenses
Okay.
so you can file your taxes correctly and avoid any unpleasant surprises come tax time.
Right. I've heard some horror stories about eBay sellers
Yeah,
getting hit with huge tax bills
Mhm.
because they weren't keeping good records.
I know.
So what's the best way to stay organized and make sure I'm doing everything by the book?
Well, the first step is to choose a record-keeping system
Cup?
that works for you.
Mm-hmm.
Some people prefer to keep everything in spreadsheets,
No?
while others prefer accounting software.
Right.
There are tons of options out there.
Okay, so what are some of the things we should be keeping track of?
So the most important things are your income and expenses.
Okay.
This includes everything from the money you make from sales
Mm-hmm.
to the cost of your inventory, shipping supplies, eBay fees,
Right.
and even things like office supplies and internet service. Basically, any expense that's related to your business.
It sounds like a lot to keep track of. Are there any tools that can help us with this?
Absolutely. There are lots of accounting software programs
Okay.
that are designed specifically for e-commerce businesses.
Okay.
These programs can connect to your eBay account
Uh-huh.
and automatically import your sales data. They can also help you categorize your expenses,
Mhm.
generate reports,
Well, okay.
and even file your taxes electronically.
Okay, that sounds pretty amazing.
It is.
No more manually entering data into spreadsheets.
Right. And as your business grows, you might even consider hiring a bookkeeper or accountant
Okay,
to help you manage the financial side of things.
right. It frees up your time to focus on growing your business.
Exactly.
So we've got our taxes and record keeping under control.
Okay, good.
What's next on the back office checklist?
Well, once you've got a solid foundation in place,
Yeah.
you might start thinking about expanding beyond eBay itself.
Okay, interesting.
Now, eBay is a fantastic platform,
Hmm.
and there's no reason why you can't build a successful and sustainable business solely on eBay.
Right.
But there are also benefits to diversifying
Okay.
and exploring other sales channels.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What are some of the other options out there?
One option is to create your own website.
Okay.
This gives you more control over your branding and customer experience,
Mm-hmm.
and it allows you to build direct relationships with your customers.
Right.
You can also sell on other marketplaces like Amazon and Etsy,
Hmm.
each of which has its own unique audience and advantages.
Wow. So many possibilities. But isn't it a lot of work
Yeah,
to manage multiple sales channels?
it can be,
Yeah.
but there are tools that can help you streamline the process. For
Okay.
example, there are software programs
Yeah.
that allow you to list your products on multiple marketplaces simultaneously.
Right.
You can also use fulfillment services
Mm.
to store your inventory and ship your orders for you,
Oh,
no matter where the sale originates from.
okay, that makes sense. It's like building an e-commerce empire
Right.
with multiple storefronts
Yeah,
and a global customer base.
exactly.
Yeah.
But even if you decide to stick with eBay,
Okay.
there are still ways to expand and grow your business within the platform.
Yeah.
You could explore new product categories,
Okay.
target different customer segments, or even launch your own private label brand.
Oh, launching my own brand sounds exciting.
It's definitely a goal worth striving for.
Yeah.
But it's important to do your research
Okay.
and make sure you have a solid plan in place
Right.
before you take the leap.
Good point. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of all these possibilities
Right.
and forget about the practical considerations.
And that's why having a well-organized back office is so important.
Yeah.
It allows you to make informed decisions,
Uh-huh.
manage your growth effectively,
Okay.
and avoid those costly mistakes that can derail your progress.
Okay. I'm convinced the back office might not be the most glamorous part of running an eBay business,
Right.
but it's definitely the backbone.
Absolutely. And once you've got those back office systems in place,
Oh,
you can focus on what you really love.
right.
Finding amazing products, creating compelling listings, and connecting with your customers.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
But before we get back to the fun stuff, I
Yeah.
want to make sure we've covered all the essentials.
Great idea. Let's recap what we've learned about the back office so far.
Okay.
We talked about the importance of keeping accurate records of your income and expenses. For tax purposes, choosing a record-keeping system that works for you.
Okay.
Whether it's spreadsheets, accounting software, or a combination of both. Considering hiring a bookkeeper or accountant.
Right.
To help you manage your finances as your business grows.
Yeah.
Exploring opportunities to expand beyond eBay, such as creating your own website, selling on other marketplaces, or even launching your own brand.
Wow, that's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
But I feel so much more confident knowing that I have a roadmap for building a strong and sustainable eBay business.
That's what we like to hear, but we're not done yet.
Oh, there's more.
We've still got one more crucial area to cover.
Okay.
Staying safe and protecting yourself from scams and fraudulent activity.
Okay.
Because unfortunately, as your eBay business grows, you become a bigger target for those who want to take advantage of your success.
Oh, no, that's scary. I always worry about getting scammed.
I understand it's a valid concern.
Yeah.
But the good news is there are lots of things you can do to minimize your risk and stay safe on eBay.
Okay, tell me everything.
Well, one of the most important things is to be aware of the common scams that target eBay sellers.
Okay.
For example, you might encounter buyers who try to pay you outside of eBay or who claim they never received their item, even though you have tracking information showing it was delivered.
So frustrating.
It is.
What can we do to protect ourselves from those types of scams?
First and foremost, always stick to eBay's platform for all transactions and communications.
Okay.
Don't be tempted to take things offline.
Yeah.
Even if a buyer offers to pay you more to avoid fees, it's just not worth the risk.
Right. If something goes wrong, eBay can't help you if the transaction happened outside of their platform.
Exactly. And when it comes to dealing with buyers who claim they never received their item, always make sure you have tracking information and delivery confirmation.
Okay.
That way you have proof that the item was delivered and you can dispute any fraudulent claims.
Okay. That makes sense. But what about other types of scams?
Yeah.
Are there any red flags we should be looking out for?
Absolutely. One red flag is a buyer who is overly eager to complete the transaction quickly.
Okay.
Especially if they're offering to pay a significantly higher price than you're asking.
Okay.
Another red flag is a buyer who has a new account with little to no feedback.
Okay, so if something feels off, it probably is.
Exactly. Trust your instincts.
Okay.
And don't be afraid to walk away from a deal if something doesn't seem right.
Right.
Remember, it's better to be safe than sorry.
Great advice. So we've talked about the importance of keeping our back office organized, exploring opportunities to expand beyond eBay, and protecting ourselves from scams.
Right.
Anything else we need to know before we wrap up this deep dive into the world of eBay?
Just one more thing.
Okay.
And it's something that's often overlooked, but it's absolutely crucial for long-term success.
Self-care.
Self-care.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about eBay.
We are, but running an eBay business can be demanding both mentally and physically. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and forget to take care of yourself.
Right. I've definitely been there burning the midnight oil,
Yeah.
packing orders, answering messages, stressing about inventory. It can be a lot.
Exactly. And if you're not careful, you can burn out quickly.
Right.
So make sure you're taking breaks, getting enough sleep, eating healthy foods, and doing things that you enjoy outside of your business.
Okay. That's a good reminder. I'm definitely guilty of neglecting self-care sometimes.
Yeah.
I get so focused on my business goals that I forget to take care of myself.
I understand it happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
But remember, you can't pour from an empty cup.
Taking care of yourself will make you a better eBay seller in the long run.
That's a great way to put it. I'm definitely going to prioritize self-care from now on.
Awesome. And with that, I think we've covered all the essential elements of building a successful and sustainable eBay business.
Wow.
From the front end to the back office and everything in between.
That was a lot of information.
I know.
But I feel so much more prepared to take my eBay business to the next level.
That's what we like to hear. And remember, we're always here to help you along the way.
We've covered so much in this deep dive.
Yeah.
All the tools, strategies to streamline operations.
Right.
Finding hidden gems in the market. Even ways to expand beyond eBay itself.
Exactly.
I feel like I've earned an honorary MBA in eBay.
Oh, you've certainly been a diligent student.
Yeah.
And you're right, we've explored a lot of different aspects of scaling an eBay business. But before we wrap things up, I want to circle back to something we touched on earlier,
Okay.
self-care.
You know, I have to admit, when you first brought that up, I was like, wait, what does self-care have to do with eBay?
I understand.
But the more I think about it,
Yeah.
the more it makes sense. This eBay hustle can be intense.
It absolutely can be. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of finding great products,
Right.
making sales, and watching your business grow. But it's important to remember that you're not a machine.
Yeah.
You need to take care of yourself, both physically and mentally, to avoid burnout.
Okay, preach. I've definitely had those moments where I'm up late, packing orders, answering messages, stressing about inventory.
Yeah.
It can be a lot to handle.
Exactly. And if you're not taking care of yourself, it's going to show up in your business.
Right.
You might start making careless mistakes. You might become less responsive to customers, or you might even lose your passion for eBay altogether.
Ugh, I don't even want to think about losing my passion for eBay.
Yeah.
It's such a fun and rewarding hustle.
It is, and that's why it's so important to make self-care a priority.
Yeah.
It's not selfish. It's essential for your long-term success.
So what are some practical things we can do to incorporate self-care into our eBay routine?
Sure.
I'm thinking bubble baths and face masks are probably not going to cut it.
Well, those things are great too, but there are definitely some more practical strategies you can implement.
Okay.
For starters, make sure you're setting realistic goals for yourself.
Right.
Don't try to do everything at once.
It's easy to get overwhelmed when you're trying to juggle all the different aspects of an eBay business.
Exactly. Break down your tasks into smaller, more manageable chunks and prioritize the most important things first.
Okay.
And don't be afraid to delegate or outsource tasks that you don't enjoy or that are taking up too much of your time.
That's a great point. There are definitely some tasks that I dread doing, like bookkeeping and inventory management.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to consider hiring some help.
It could be a game changer for your business and for your sanity.
Right.
And speaking of sanity, make sure you're taking breaks throughout the day to step away from your computer and recharge.
Okay.
Even just a few minutes of fresh air or stretching can make a huge difference.
I'm definitely guilty of sitting at my computer for hours on end. I need to set some reminders to get up and move around.
It's so important for both your physical and mental health. And speaking of health, make sure you're fueling your body with nutritious foods and getting enough sleep.
Right. Late night listing sessions and junk food are not a recipe for success.
They're definitely not. And finally, make time for things that you enjoy outside of eBay.
Okay.
Spend time with loved ones, pursue hobbies, get out in nature, whatever brings you joy.
Okay, you've officially convinced me self-care is not a luxury, it's a necessity.
Yeah.
I'm going to make it a top priority from now on.
I'm glad to hear it. And remember, building a successful eBay business is a marathon, not a sprint. Pace yourself, take care of yourself, and enjoy the journey.
Great advice. So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of eBay,
Yeah.
what's the one piece of wisdom you would leave our listeners with?
That's a great question. I think the most important thing is to never stop learning and growing. Okay. The eBay landscape is constantly changing, so it's essential to stay up to date on the latest trends, strategies, and best practices.
Right. There's always something new to learn. I feel like I've learned so much from this deep dive alone.
And that's what makes eBay so exciting. It's a constantly evolving platform that offers endless opportunities for those who are willing to put in the time and effort.
Well, on that note, I think it's time to sign off. We've covered a ton of ground today.
We have.
From the nitty-gritty of scaling your operations to the importance of self-care, I feel like I'm armed and ready to take my eBay hustle to the next level.
And remember, success on eBay is within your reach. Stay focused, stay motivated, and never be afraid to ask for help along the way.
Great advice. And to all our amazing listeners out there, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of eBay. We hope you've learned a thing or two that will help you grow your business and achieve your eBay dreams.
Until next time, happy selling.